Good evening and welcome to the city of pearls, Hyderabad. The Deccan Arena is set once again to host their favorite Sreenidi Deccan, who will take on Churchill brothers, the side from Goa, motivated to perform with their best foot forward at this stage of the tournament. They have nothing to lose, but Sreenidi Deccan, they have all to play for. The title is in their sight. They still have a chance with 5 games remaining. They are very much in contention. Mohammedan Sporting just ahead of Sreenidi Deccan with a 3-point lead, a potential one of course, but then all Sreenidi need to focus on is winning 5 in 5, which is a tough ask, but we'll have a look at the dressing room of the home side, Sreenidi Deccan, and there's the team arrival a while ago. We'll of course hear out from Carlos Pinto about his thoughts for this very game and how he is prepared to tackle the red machines of Churchill brothers.
Good.
Good afternoon.
Will the last 4 games be like 4 finales for Sreenidi?
It's not like that. All games are important, of course, but we think only game by game. Today is Churchill. We prepared very well the game, and we will see which result we can get today.
Are you satisfied with the performance of your side in the last 2 matches?
Yes, I'm happy about the last 2 matches. I'm happy about 10, about 15, because we are the best team in last 10, the best team in last 15. So for us it's important to keep the performance, and in the final of the season we look for the table.
Are you expecting an attacking approach from Churchill?
Yes, they have quality. They have quality. Already they don't have too much goals to achieve because they have stability in the table. So they have nothing to lose today here. So I think that they can do one football to attack, but we have to be ready for that.
Thank you, coach. All the best for that.
Welcome.
And they of course have to be ready for this Churchill attack, but he believes that his team has been one of the best in the last 10-15 matches. And not sure about all 4 finales, but the dressing room of Churchill brothers here, the away side, and they will be motivated. And Carlos Pinto already mentioned how they will come with an all-out approach, try to attack, try to get goals. Francis Bonnet will be the best person to tell us about how he will approach this very game here at the Deccan Arena. Always a tough fixture whenever any team has come to this venue.
Good afternoon.
What was missing from your team in the detail last week?
Well, last week I think that we had the chances to win, and bad luck also. But Mohammedan is the contender now to win the league, and they played good and they achieved their chances.
What will be your aim for the final few matches?
Well, we want to win all the matches, of course. We are not fighting for winning the league. We are not fighting for the relegation. But we are fighting for ourselves to finish in the best way possible.
What kind of game are you expecting today against Sreenidi?
Tough game, of course. They still have chances to win the league. They know that they have to win all the matches if they want to continue fighting for that. But well, we are the opponent, and we will try to do our best for get the 3 points for us.
Thank you, coach. All the best for that.
Thank you so much.
Well, perfectly summed up. Not fighting for the relegation, not fighting for the championship. Hence, they can play with free mind. They can come out with their very best right here against Sreenidi Deccan. That makes them one of the most dangerous sides. Not just them, but the few sides who are at the moment in the middle of the table. And the lineup of Sreenidi Deccan: Alpino Combs on goal, Abhishek Kambekar and Jagdeep playing fullbacks, Elisa Bia with Pavan Kumar, the centre-backs, Romavia, Rilvan Hassan out wide with Brandon Faisal Shaeste and Maya Kanan in the midfield, and William Oliveira leading duties. David Castaneda once again finds himself on the bench. But today with me on the comm box, welcome Shovik Roy.
Thank you, Bashwar. So this is going to be some heck of a match, because from the looks of things, what it looks like, Sreenidi Deccan squad is quite a powerful squad. They're an impact squad. They're right up there in the 2nd position, and there you go with that team. Yeah, Roy right there as the goalkeeper. Gogu, Coco, Nishal, Ralte, and then of course there's a very strong midfield with Stanley, Rahul, Raju, Costa, Martin, and then the two stalwart strikers. So therefore, this is a very balanced side, and they've been performing so well. And this seems to be quite a match. The referee Aditya Purakaisto, assistants A. Chalan and Alim Basha, fourth official Lakshay, and so they're all in readiness. And this seems to be quite a cracker of a game because of the very simple reason. And as we see, well, the standings. This is something very important. Bashur, you want to take it through?
Well, of course, Mohammedan, they have 3 final laps remaining. They can reach the maximum point there possible, and they'll try to. But Sreenidi Deccan, they have a chance to move neck to neck with Mohammedan. They are almost there, a 3-point difference, but 2 matches less played. So they have a chance, a bright one, and they'll be hoping for a slip from Mohammedan. But at the same time, they have to do themselves a favor by winning all those remaining games. But Churchill, we heard from Francis Bonnet in that interview where he said Mohammedan are almost about to win the title. So maybe Churchill will be up and eager to spoil the party for Sreenidi and help Mohammedan out there.
This is quite a thing. Who will be the party spoiler? Will they turn out to be the party spoiler? And there we see all the players in readiness with the officials marching onto the ground. Sreenidi all to play for. And of course, for Churchill brothers, definitely there is a lot to play for because they want to finish in the best way possible. But there's a lot more at stake for the Deccan Warriors because of the very simple reason they're just breathing neck to neck. So, Bashar, what do you think?
Well, of course, the problem and at the same time the advantage, I would say, is that they're playing teams who are bottom half of the table. I would say at the moment they have Churchill right now, they have Neroka to play with, they have Rajasthan United to play with. All of them are pretty much on pen and paper much below them in the points table, but at the same time that is what makes it more tougher. Last season they have lost points against the teams at the bottom, the ones relegated, Kenkre and Sudeva. And they would hope not to repeat those mistakes because whenever you play the teams at this stage who are at the bottom half of the table, they will come out with their very best and try to prove a point that they have that special ability, the quality to take on any stronger opponent.
Oh, well, of course, I couldn't agree with you more. And as you see, the pleasantries being exchanged and now the players all in readiness for some rituals with respect to the photographs and the protocols just before the match. And there you go. They're bubbling with energy and confidence, the Deccan Warriors. Today, I was in fact going through the coach, Carlos Vaz Pinto's interview, and he's so fascinated with Jose Mourinho and how in Portugal, number 7 is the big number that they look into. And therefore, this is really interesting. And the two captains are right there in the middle of the pitch, right at the thick of things, and of course the match officials. So this will be a good toss, and I'm sure the captains will be looking forward to, because when it comes to this tosses, what happens in football many a times, some captains do have this thing of a superstition, and they're fascinated to go to one particular side and attack from left to right or right to left. That time will tell. And so this seems to be interesting, and of course the ritual of taking the photographs, the entire idea of brotherhood, fraternity that football brings to this entire diaspora of audience here in India and of course in Calcutta, the mecca of football. But having said that, this is something really interesting. The Churchill brothers, they are out there and they are trying to prove a point that they're not done yet. And so Bashar, how do you think the initial part of this match will go, from your experience?
Well, Churchill will, of course, try to go on attack. They have nothing to defend here, nothing cautious to be in mind before starting the game. They wouldn't really go and defend against Sreenidi and sit back because a point will get them to nowhere. So all they have to play for is 3 points. Shubhashish Rai Chaudhary has the massive experience under goal. He hopefully can sustain all those attacks along with this defense of Churchill, who lately have tried to pull their strings together. Nishchal Chandan and Aubin in that centre-back role. They have done their job well. Gogo returns. He has been a very strong performer. But Sreenidi, they will go probably with a balanced approach because they cannot afford to lose points. They need 3, but they cannot end up with less than 1, which is, of course, goes without saying. But the stage is set. Sreenidi have seen a dream. They have kept the dream alive, and their fans, time and again, have seen their team get close and close to the title. They have built up a project held together since a good few years now, which will hopefully bring fruit sooner or later. And they'll be hoping that that soon is now. And with that hope in mind, they will want to implement their strategies to fall in place against Churchill brothers, and then 4 more matches and hold on to put pressure on Mohammedan Sporting. A little bit of issues, I believe, before we get on with the game.
But I couldn't agree with you more, Bashar. This can be the match wherein this Churchill brothers can end up being the party spoiler, like you pointed out. You never know in this kind of contests. It can go really dicey, and also because of the very fact that in the last game for Sreenidi Deccan, they defeated Kerala. But Gokulam Kerala played well, and to be very honest, the 2 goal from Williams did save the day for them, the brace. But it was a 2-1 fixture, and Churchill brothers, you never know. They lost the last match, yeah, true, and even in a head-to-head, Sreenidi Deccan clearly has an edge over them, considering they have 4 wins and 1 draw, and Churchill brothers have no wins whatsoever in this 5-game fixture. So far, they have faced off against each other. But having said that, the last game was a loss for Churchill brothers as well against the table toppers Mohammedan Sporting. So this will be an interesting showdown between the two, and who will be the party spoiler, or is it like, you know, Sreenidi Deccan will actually cement the place at the top, and the game kicks off right here, and let's see how it goes. Bashar.
Well, of course, this will be an interesting contest, to say the least. Sreenidi Deccan, they'll be attacking from right to left of your screen in their familiar orange and green stripes. Churchill brothers in a way black from left to right of your screens. And good that you mentioned at start, Churchill brothers, they've never beaten Sreenidi Deccan, and that is one thing which will play in their mind. But we've often seen stats being changed this season, which is concerning for Sreenidi too. But they'll hope they can hold on. 4 wins and a draw against Churchill brothers, an opponent they like to face, they like to get points from. Cushioned header back to Shubhashish.
So a little bit of a scrappy football at the very beginning, just early first minute of the match. So I'm sure both the teams are trying to cement their place and try to get into the thick of things. So clearly it is just the beginning, and Churchill brothers will definitely try to get into the scheme of things. And Sreenidi Deccan, well, they really need to up the ante. They cannot wait for much time because there is a lot more at stake for them for obvious reasons. There is a pause in the game for some reason. And at this given point of time, the team of Sreenidi Deccan, from the looks of things, and there you go, the reason for the pause. But however, the match will get started right away. Pretty soon, the officials are right up there, looking into the thick of things and managing the affairs.
Well, Pawan Kumar in the center of the defense, along with Eli Sabia. And why I mention them suddenly is that they have not just done their defensive duties, but have given them important goals. 2 goals and an assist for Pawan, along with Eli Sabia having 3 goals. That's some stat to have for a centre-back pair. Now Rilwan Hassan finds a cross in. Aubin was there, and he needs to just do a little better.
There is probably a long throw coming our way. Let's see. Hassan with the long throw into the penalty box. Can there be a scope? This is close, but not really. Hassan did move, but Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary was up to the challenge. And there you go with the long ball. And, well, it probably go out. And it'll be a throw-in for Sreenidi. So, yet this game has started and not quite taken the shape and form that we would like it to, considering the fact that Sreenidi Deccan is clearly showing some ways of like getting into the scheme of things and trying to be more aggressive and trying to dominate the game. But yet the scrappy football part is not yet over. They're settling down, all the players. This is just the beginning, and into the 3rd minute, into the 4th now. So clearly Churchill brothers will slowly but steadily get into the thick of things. Aubin to the right, and then there is Gogo, but the ball cleared out beautifully by Abhishek.
happens this way at the start of the game. Scrappy one, but will grow gradually. Go with the throw. Louis Ukana, a flick back and a chance for Abdul Karim. Much needed block there. And that is warning signs for Sreenidi Deccan. And Louis Ukana causing trouble straight away. And just to let the viewers know, Louis Ukana has a history of scoring in this fixture. We'll get back to it. But right now, an attack brewing from the right-hand side of cross towards William Oliveira. And the first, without much weight. One chance, one swing of the right. And Sreenidi Deccan have the lead.
William again at the forefront of things, like in the last match. He never disappoints. A striker that you look up to, a striker whom you need to come and deliver at the big stage. And there you go, William. He comes, he sees, he conquers. Vini Visi Vidi, as we call it. And no wonder this is the kind of start that Sreenidi Deccan were looking for. And rightly, William ecstatic with his performance. There you go with the slow-mo replay, beautifully tapped in, and then the shot right at the corner of the net. There's nothing much that the goalkeeper could have done. Shubhashish Rajchandra tried his best, but it was a through and through ground shot, and therefore it was a very smart finish by William. This is indeed a fascinating and fantastic start for Sreenidi Deccan, and this is, I'm sure, is the way forward for them, because this is what they're vying for. And Mohammedan Sporting must be thinking right now that, oh, Sreenidi Deccan has one goal in, and they're right again breathing at their neck.
Well, a little headache might just start for them, but at the same time, a little smile might start appearing on the face of the Sreenidi Deccan supporters. A bit of injury concerns for Churchill brothers, but again, if we have a look at that finish, Shubhashish Rajchandra, he tried to do his best, but the trick was done by Romavia's cross coming in from the right-hand side. A very intelligent cross, I would say. He had in sight William as well as Rilwan Hassan at the far side. And if in case it was left alone or missed by William, Rilwan Hassan would have trapped that safely. It could have been an open chance for him. But what about that first touch? Excellent from William Oliveira. And just growing into the I-League. And Aubin has gone off for the time being. Injured. Gogo slotting in the centre-back position for the time being. Hopefully he'll be able to continue. A very important part of the Churchill defence.
Down the left, trying to get into the thick of things currently again. Abhishek Ambekar cleared out by the Churchill brothers again. Let's see this again. A little bit of a haywire football happening at the middle of the park. But that's the way it goes. The game must go on. And there you see Stanley with the throw-in. Now he passes the ball on to his fellow teammate. And so clearly Churchill brothers trying to get into the thick of things, and they would love to do that because there's not much of an option. They have to get back. And Churchill brothers trying to get into an attack, but Sreenidi Deccan is quite up to the challenge. And again, Sreenidi through the middle of the pitch. That's beautifully played. This brilliant Fazal is someone who we look up to. And then there you go down the right flank. Will there be a cross? There is the cross, but Shubhashish Rajchandra very much up to the task and quite safe hands, I must say. He's a veteran. He's played so many games. He has been into so many battles. He's been there, done that. But today, there was nothing much that he could do, unfortunately, when there was this shot by William. So Sreenidi Deccan, again, trying to build a game from the back.
Rightly said, not much he could have done. Old warhorse, as we can call him. Been there from a very, very long time. Still gives his very best whenever on the pitch. Massive experience under his shoulders. But the stats continue to follow history, because Churchill brothers have never kept a clean sheet against Sreenidi Deccan, and hence they've conceded again, following the trend. But a free kick right now for Churchill brothers. Any guesses on who? Martin Chavis.
So Martin is someone who is the talisman of the team. He is the captain. So like we say for Sunil Chetri that he's the captain leader legend. But here for Churchill brothers, let's see if Martin can actually do something out of the box. Be it a curler or maybe like a bend it like a Beckham kind of an event that would take place and will make everyone ecstatic. Let's see. Here's Martin with the ball. Oh, that was a good one. Well cleared. And definitely the goalkeeper, Albino Gomez, was up to the task. But the danger is not yet over. Into the box. No, it's out. It's out. So there was some clear and present danger at the Sreenidi Deccan penalty box, and Martin was pretty much up to the task of taking that free kick, and that was beautifully taken for that matter. But hats off to Albino for being up to the task and facing it with a lot of fortitude and definitely skill, to say the least.
Top save from Albino Combs to keep Sreenidi on the lead, and that is wonderful, I would say. Had he not got a hand to that, could have been levels again. And now another attack cross towards Rilvan Hassan, who wouldn't keep it in. It was anyway going out. He needed to be more accurate, but right idea. And the combination between Brandon and Romavia in the midfield will be so key. They'll keep switching, sometimes central, sometimes out wide. Robin seems to be struggling still. He's back on the pitch, but the clearance was wayward. Abhishek Ambekar will have his chance again. Rilvan seems to be in some pain, picked up a nickel maybe, but Sreenidi will continue their free-flowing smooth football.
Abhishek Ambekar again, another old war horse. He's been there, played in the Calcutta Derbies as well, and he's someone. Oh, there was an infringement. Clearly, there's no scope for any kind of argument whatsoever. It was too much evident. But like they say, players are never happy when there is a cause for infringement or there is something else. There is jersey number 77 out there for Sreenidi Deccan William. Hassan. So let's see what happens now. This can be a cause of threat, a cause of problem. Shobhashish Rajchodri trying to guide the team and trying to lead that penalty box, the D-box area. Let's see. There you go. There will be a shot coming away, and let's see what happens. But clearly, it doesn't quite make it. So therefore, there is a chance for a counter-attack, but well cleared off. So Sreenidi Deccan pretty much on the thick of things and handling things really well, despite the fact all the men were up, but they handled the situation quite well, I must say. And therefore, Sreenidi trying to build up the game from the back, but clearly a little bit of a scrappy football once again. They're trying to get into the thick of things, but Churchill brothers, I must say, that despite conceding this early goal, is trying to put some pressure, and they are playing, or rather trying to play some fearless football. But so far, Sreenidi is clearly the better team, and again, a miss pass. So this has been such a story of the match so far. A little bit of lack of understanding and cohesion. And again, there you go. The same story repeats. So pretty much within the scheme of things and thick of things of Sreenidi, and a goal kick it will be for the Deccan Warriors.
Well, they have to be more cautious about those passes. This time and again, giving away possession will not help them get the goal they want, of course. But Sreenidi are knocking the door every now and then. Albino launching it long, hoping for William Oliveira, who will get a touch, of course. And a giveaway. Romavia to William. His options surrounding Faisal Shaeste. Such great control with Faisal Shaeste in the midfield. Can just get those silky feet coming into play whenever needed, and can find those long passes through balls whenever his team requires. It makes him such a special player, and that is why they have relied on Faisal Shaeste to provide them those goal-scoring opportunities. 5 assists this season already, but a chance again. Romavia from the right, a block in the way, and the first corner for Sreenidi.
So again, the first corner for Sreenidi, and there can be a cause of concern because the strikers are quite tall. And if you look into William and Hassan and these people, they have very well built, tall stature, and this can be a cause of worry and concern for the Churchill brothers' defense. And Elisavia is also moved ahead, and therefore clearly there you see quite a few tall people out there trying to make the life of Shubhashish Rajchowdhury quite difficult, but he has been really up to the task, and therefore it is out of danger right now. Churchill brothers have dealt it quite well, and they're on the move trying to counter, but well tackled. And again, Sreenidi is somehow like they're so well managed at the back, and their cohesion is so wonderful, and the clearance would only mean that Churchill brothers will have to again up their game. And there is this throw-in coming from Churchill brothers. And was there an infringement? Not really. So Churchill trying to make a move, but infringement once again. And clearly that was a case of clear and present infringement. Brendan, it could have been a little bit light, but then as they say that everything is fair in love and war, and here is the war, is a battle of the two teams and I-League. So there's a lot at stake.
Indeed, well summed up there. This, of course, is a war on pitch. Sreenidi Deccan want to win there. Martin Chavez delivers to the far post off the crossbar. Oh, it has been given, has it? Oh, well, offside is the decision. On the rebound, it was a chance, but how unlucky for Churchill brothers. The crossbar denies them their equalizer.
Well, this is a game of fortunes that we talk about. This is the game of inches that we talk about, the woodwork coming away. But again, having said that, it's a game of millimeters. Because of that offside, one would say that, you know, this is such a lucky escape for Sreenidi, and definitely this is the last thing they would have wanted. One goal a lead is never a safe lead for that matter. And William trying to push his way through, but the defender up to the task there. And Ralte is quite a fighter with a lot of spirit, and he's been in the thick of things. He's been in this football arena, in this circuit for a long time now. So he has been there, he has seen a lot of football, he has played himself, and therefore he is someone who is not actually overwhelmed by those big strikers. And so therefore clearly Ralte playing his part here. And Sreenidi Deccan, there's a little bit of a tussle. Churchill brothers on the move now. Churchill brothers can do something out of this particular scenario. Let's see what happens. Oh, go. No, again, Sreenidi up to the task. But again, like I say, this little bit of a whirlwind football that is taking place. There's a lot of midfield battle. There's a battle of millimeters. That's a battle of centimeters. The battle of who can muscle out each other, and that's the way the game goes. It's a tactical battle. Both the teams and both the coaches are right up there. So therefore, under the circumstances, can there be a cause of worry for the Churchill brothers? Not really. It was at the very tip of the penalty box, but irrespective, there was no infringement that was given by the referee. So through the right flank, again, square pass, square back pass, and now again a square pass. So Churchill brothers trying to build up a game here. Costa, then back to Ralte. Ralte looking for his fellow mate, to Shubhashish Rajchowdhury. Shubhashish Rajchowdhury looking for some help down the right. So this is an attack that they're trying to build up at this given point of time, Churchill brothers.
And that attack is just given away cheaply. But on the previous two occasions, it was Maya Kannan at the end of those challenges winning it back. Now Branton sweetly swiped to the right. Overlapping run from Jagdeep, but decides to check back. They can just control momentum at the moment and slow down things, which he'll try to. Maya Kannan playing it to Pavan Kumar, and now Abhishek to the left for Wilvan Hassan. He has options in the box, but he'll wait for the overlap. Abhishek Ambekar delivers. Ram Ruata was there to save them for the time being. And Churchill brothers, they haven't been doing bad, but the missed passes are just not helping them. Oh, Branton, clever exchange, a quick one as well. And in the way was Nishchal Chandan. And the attack will continue, of course, for Sreenidi. If Abhishek Ambekar can keep it in, well, no is the answer.
So clearly, it's an even Stevens at this point of time, despite the fact Sreenidi is ahead by a goal, but then a goal doesn't decide the fate of the match. It will be the score at the end of the 90 minutes plus the added minutes that will decide the fate of this particular game. So Churchill brothers with the throw-in. Let's see how it goes. And Churchill really need to up the ante. They need to get the ball going. The ball goes out very well, pressurized by the Sreenidi players. And clearly, we see there is Maya out there is Jagdeep, there is Dral, and therefore Churchill brothers clearly finding it difficult to make the penetration. And there you go, Abhishek. Abhishek to Dral, looking for a long ball or a square. So Dral is looking for the pass, and therefore he passes it forward. And let's see, there you go. No other than William trying to host his way through. Back pass, not quite really. Defenders, the midfielders up to the task for Churchill brothers. Clearly, Richard is someone who has been prolific for Churchill, but back to Sreenidi. Sreenidi trying to build up an attack through the middle of the pitch. Forward ball, looking for options in the front. That was not exactly, probably reflected the pass that he had been looking for.
Now Churchill have their turn with Stanley. Rahul Raju. Martin Chavez, always a clever candidate on that left-hand side of the pitch. Looking for a grounded cross this time, not working. But Romovia's attempts to do anything so far has worked. And just like that, Sreenidi have control again. The lucky charm of the team somewhat. Romovia, he has also scored against Churchill brothers in the past in a 1-0 win. And here's Rilvan Hassan. Faisal Shaeste. Watch out for him every time he's on the ball. Brandon turns. Oh, sudden spark from Brandon. Couldn't keep it on target. But Shubhashish, not sure if he's happy with his defenders. They are allowing him to turn and shoot.
Brandon clearly making his presence felt here. I mean, he has been like that throughout the season for that matter. Brandon is someone who's the linchpin of this particular team, and the workload that he carries for the entire time of the game is something really praiseworthy. And clearly, Brandon leading, he has a leader in himself. He's clearly someone who is right up there from the midfield to the defense, and then if required to the forward. There is a ball into the penalty box. There can be a chance. Let's see. Oh, is this an infringement? Not really. The referee not interested. So, well, carried out by Sreenidi Deccan. So let's see what happens. Sreenidi trying to build up an attack. Okay, so there you go. This can be a cause of worry here. Hassan looking for William. William to Hassan. No, not really. Beautifully crafted out by the Churchill brothers defense. Now back to the right. And through the right, here is Stanley coming for Churchill brothers. Looking for his fellow teammate. Probably through the right, had Stanley been given the ball, he was already on the overlap, could have been a better decision, but clearly Stanley couldn't find the right person at that given point of time, and that was a miss pass that was not worth. So therefore, clearly, Churchill showing some promise, but somehow the final pass and is not quite up to the mark, and that is so very vital, the penetration in that final zone. Oh, again, there is a scope for a shot, but goes haywire, and Abhishek Ambekar is right up there to clear it out. No, the ball goes out and in favor of Sreenidi Deccan.
Well, before in that move you mentioned how Churchill brothers have been doing everything, but the final pass is missing, and that's been the issue for them. That is why they have not found goals. 27 goals in 19 matches in the tournament so far. Haven't conceded a huge amount, just 25 compared to the teams at the bottom half of the table. But the problem has been scoring. And here's Rilvan Hassan. Sreenidi have scored plenty. Ooh, an ambitious attempt. And so close from Rilvan Hassan. He always thinks out of the box. But this time couldn't just bend it in. Was looking for the far corner. And a bright attack comes to an end. Well, we saw the Sreenidi bench there a moment ago. What a sight that with Ubaid CK as the goalkeeper on the bench. He was the first choice last season. And of course, along with that, Keane Lewis, the likes of Ibrahim Sissoko and David Castaneda. And last season's top scorers, Luca Majan and David Castaneda, Luca, of course, with Punjab FC in ISL right now. But David Castaneda, this time he had a bit of injury concerns, I believe, and hasn't started all the games. Of course, William has filled up that spot, but still he's got the numbers there. A long ball forward, and no one attacking it.
So Sreenidi Deccan, Albino looking for his teammate right out there. Faisal looking for Abhishek Ambekar, forward ball, and again there was Hassan to Ambekar, and then Faisal, then to Ali Savia. Ali Savia probably will go in front with Brendan right out there, and to Abhishek, will it give it to Brendan? No, back pass to Ali to probably to Rull. No, a chip, but not quite. Again, haywire. Football back into the safe hands and safe territory and zone of Subhashish Raj Chaudhary and Churchill brothers. So Subhashish trying to communicate something to his teammates and fellow teammates that, you know, to move ahead, to move forward. They're trailing by a goal to nil, and it's 24 minutes. So the first half already gone, so more than half of first half is already over. And here it is again. Sreenidi trying to make a move and trying to arrange the game. So there you go. Sreenidi trying to again formulate things. Maya, Faisal to Hassan, William, Brendan moving ahead, but the touch was a little bit fast and therefore it reaches the defense. Oh, that was quite a turn by the jersey number 70 of Churchill brothers, Karim, but clearly it was not much of help. So Faisal here, jersey number 10. Jersey number 10 is always a special number when it comes to jersey. You talk about Pele, Maradona, Messi, but here you go to, again Sreenidi Deccan. Well, Brendan, can he do something? Again, Brendan, will he take a shot? He takes a shot, but deflected off, and the pace of the ball was taken out. And Subhashish clearly not happy with the way things are, and he needs his defense to be much more alert and block the shots coming in the way of the goal.
2 shots from Brandon already. It seems like Aubin is still struggling. I'm not sure if it will continue for the entire half itself. Maybe they'll have to check the physio on once again. They do not have options on the bench. That's the issue for Churchill brothers. The bench they have travelled with, 4 of them rather named as midfielders. They have a forward in the form of Trijoy Xavier Diaz, but no defenders out there. Bilal Hussain Khan, goalkeeper on the bench. So it'll have to be a midfielder who will have to drop down and fill in the boots in case he cannot continue. We'll find out if Aubin can continue or not. And there's the first goal, the only goal of the game so far. And not just the cross from Roma Villa from the right, but look at that first touch to take it away from Gogo. And then on the second, a finish. It didn't need more than that. A touch to set himself up, and then the finish sharp. And some glimpse of the Brazilian flair he's got. A little breather for the players meanwhile. But in the first 26 minutes, even though most of the attacks, clean attacks I would say, have come from Sreenidi, Churchill have created the chances but haven't penetrated through. The final pass not there. But do you think this game is going to turn one-sided, or do Churchill have a chance to come back?
I completely echo the sentiments of my fellow co-commentator Bhaskar here, because the simple reason, I think he summed it up really well, and looking at the scheme of things and the way the game has been moving, clearly, I mean, Churchill have tried, but Sreenidi, rightly so at the very beginning of the match, Bhaskar, we were discussing at the back end that, you know, this can be more of a one-sided game, because of the simple reason the balance and the team Sreenidi is right up there in the second position. They're high on confidence and everything put together. And my fear is, in the process of Churchill brothers trying to get into the scheme of things, if Sreenidi scores one more goal, and then the Pandora's box will open and they may end up scoring a few more, and that can go against them. So that's the way I think that things might flow through. So therefore there has to be a balance between caution and aggression for Churchill.
But they still might fancy a chance if they can get the second goal of the game. And Aubin has stayed off the pitch for now. He's trying to come back in, or is that a substitute getting ready? We'll find out, but for the time being, it's Richard Costa who has slotted in the centre-back role. We're just waiting for the confirmation of that change, if any. Well, and seems like it'll be Emmanuel who will be coming on in place of Aubin. He's more of an attacking player. They're still waiting for the change to be made. So Churchill with 10 men at the time, at the moment. It looks like time for the change. And in comes Emmanuel Kofi Essene, the man from Ghana. So headache for Churchill brothers and Francis Bonnet already, because it might be either of Richard Costa or Raul Raju, someone having to slot in the centre-back role. Uganda seen a pass through, but intervened by Elisa Bia.
So again, the duel in the midfield, but here clearly at the Sreenidi defense there was a little bit of a pressure out there, but the ball goes not okay. It's still within play. Churchill brothers trying to formulate an attack from the right into the left, but well headed out. So will that be a long ranger? But clearly, oh, this could have been really dangerous. The ball dipped, and clearly the goalkeeper Alvino Gomez was not really up for it. It was kind of pretty close. They didn't expect that ball to suddenly dip, and neither did we here at the com box. So clearly that was a good shot. Bashar, what do you say?
Well, he has the quality, Stanley. He has scored a goal a fixture ago or two, but Q do not allow Stanley Fernandez the space. There was a deflection on the way, I believe. That is why it has been given as a corner. Just taking a touch from Mawia. But nonetheless, a bright opportunity. 60% possession for Sreenidi, 40% for Churchill brothers.
So here you go with a corner kick, and Ralte. There you go, but the ball goes out of play. Clearly a haywire corner. Could have done better with this, considering the strikers they have in front with Kareem and Uganda. So clearly Richard has moved to the defense, replacing Aubin, and Emmanuel has come to the midfield. So this change has happened with the Churchill brothers team. Very unfortunate, but they have to, I mean, owing to the situation that was in there. So Bashar, this is a little bit of a problem for Churchill. Suddenly this forced change.
Of course, forced changes are a problem. Cooling break meanwhile for both the teams to just settle their nerves. And Sreenidi will be somewhat more aggressive right now. The possibility there that they can score a few more goals. But Richard Costa slotting in as a centre-back. The problem, as you mentioned, the problem is more because they didn't have the bench ready for a centre-back substitution. They have options in their bag in their squad, but they haven't travelled with all of them. And this is the last chance, probably. And a few chances created by Sreenidi as well. A few fouls here and there. And this header, or the initial one, was offside itself. And that is why the flag was up off the crossbar. But anyway, what I was saying about is the bench of Churchill brothers. They have come here to the Deccan Arena with 4 midfielders, a forward and a keeper on bench. So there's no centre-back options or any defensive options.
This is quite a challenge for Churchill now, and so therefore this is going to be an interesting battle of sorts with this forced change, and how the team copes up to it will be something that we are really looking forward to see. I mean, the coach is a very well-known Spaniard and a tactician, but down the right, Sreenidi trying to make a move, create cross here. Is it possible? But the defense is up to the task. Clearly, Churchill, Ralte and company, they're pretty much there at the thick of things. So there will be a throw-in for Sreenidi Deccan. So will that be a long throw into the penalty box? Well, it is one. At least it tried to be one. Oh, Shubhashish Rai Chaudhary he had to come to the task because of the very simple reason that William was right out there trying to sniff a goal out of nowhere, and this is what strikers do. So, but Shubhashish was definitely up to the task. He's trying to manage his troops right now, and Churchill down the left trying to formulate an attack through Ralte. Oh no, again the crosses, they have to be better with the crosses. Clearly this display of poor passes is not something welcome. And on the other hand, Gogo on the overlap, but clearly Sreenidi defense is up to the task. Gogo again, he is looking for a fellow teammate, back pass, again back to Gogo. Will that be a cross, or is he just, okay, again a back pass. So Churchill trying to build a game, trying to settle down. It's just a 1-goal lead. They know if they can get the possession right, if they can do the interpassing right and create a chance, there is a possibility of going back to even Stevens. So clearly Churchill will be looking for that. Down the left, let's see, Churchill trying to build up an attack with Nischal. Forward pass through the left. There you go, Churchill brothers on the move. This could be an opportunity. But again, Sreenidi defenders are very much up to the task, and Alvino Gomez, he's right there with the ball at his feet and now in his hand.
Well, Sreenidi are somewhat stepping off the gas, I would say, and that can be a little troublesome. Brilliant control by Faisal Shrestha. That's the way he plays, the dictator, the orchestrator of this Sreenidi team, Faisal. And a missed pass. Churchill are growing into the game. But on the other side of that forced substitution, if we see the positive of it, they have now one more foreign attacker added in the form of Emmanuel, who's on the ball right now. Rahul Raju trying to flick it. It doesn't work quite well, but Coco will win it back. And Wilman Hassan, equal intent. Wonderful turn. William Oliveira, where was all those tricks throughout the season? And that'll surely be a yellow. No question mark. Stanley takes one for the team.
William Oliveira is clearly someone like, the talisman of the team, and he's been in a very good goal scoring form and already 3 goals in 1.5 matches. I mean, last match and now with that goal at the very beginning, and that was clearly a forced challenge because he was running way ahead and he would have easily outdone the defenders, and there was a possibility of a goal coming up their way. But anyway, it's an infringement, and with this particular free kick, let's see what can happen. Can they create some kind of a stir and set the cats amongst the pigeons? With the ball at the penalty box, well headed out. So Churchill brothers clearing the ball and back to the Sreenidi defense, and again trying to formulate an attack. Well, Faisal, the orchestrator, as Vashur was pointing out, is looking for his compatriot down the left, and has the ball gone out? Yes, it has. So clearly it's a throw-in for Churchill brothers, and who else but Gogo with the throw-in.
And once again we saw a glimpse from William Oliveira, just with a little flick. Miscommunication. Abhishek Ambeka was surely thinking Brandon would have been there, and he should have been probably, but it's not on the same wavelength. And there you see Romovia coming in so central, and that is where he's so fluid about his formation, Carlos Pinto, especially in the attacking third, not really in the defense, which is always compact. Elisa Sabia is always there in the back line. Faisal saw a pass through, read by Rem Ruata. The 2 fullbacks of Churchill, they have been so on top of their game throughout the season. Ralte, having been with the FC Goa setup 2 previously, has come into the I-League, his first season here. And Gogo, he's been consistent from the last season. And they have been making it very difficult for teams to attack down the flank. But Sreenidi is still somehow trying to. Here's Romavia. And that is where I would say credits to Rem Ruata. And Nischal does well enough just to avoid the corner. But the initial pass, William made it difficult for Nischal, but that initial pass was not at all well directed, and the reason is Rem Ruata just rising up, not allowing Romavia that free space in the midfield.
So can there be some kind of a penetration into the penalty box of Churchill brothers? Sreenidi, Deccan, they know that one goal is never sufficient in a football match, and so clearly they would want that lead to move up to a brace at least. And well cleared out by Churchill brothers. Back to the Sreenidi players. Again, this ball will probably go out, and it goes to the no man's land into, of course, Shubhashish Rai Chaudhary. A little bit of no zone play here between the two teams, but Churchill brothers trying to put some kind of a pressure on Sreenidi, but clearly failing at this given point of time. Sreenidi having the upper hand, and that ball was a good one on the overlap. Brendan, let's see what he can do. He's looking for players. 77, the Hassan, but clearly Churchill brothers was up for the task. Faisal, he's right there, and they back to Hassan. Now will there be a cross? And this can be a goal, and yes it is. It's a header, and it's a goal. And this is what they were looking for, trying to get the lead in. And Brendan was right at the thick of things. He's not the most tallest of players around, but the ball was such that, you know, he could easily make it. I would say Ral Rampuya, he was up to the task. Apologies at the outset, and therefore this was something that was really the Sreenidi Deccan were looking for, and Romaya has done it all with his short stature, but he was up to the task. This reminds me of Lisandro Martinez when he started playing for Manchester United, the Argentine defender. What say, Bhashwar?
Well, a perfect cross on a plate, and Romawia. It's more about the timing of the run, timing of the jump. Here, the jump wasn't even needed. Just getting in place between the defenders, and how perfect the header. There were two sides of the net open, but the header was so accurate, just between the legs, through the legs of Shubhashish, that he could do nothing. He wasn't expecting that, but Sreenidi have the double and the upper hand in this game. And all that danger, time and again being created, pays off, but a chance for Churchill straight away, just over Abdul Karim. That's been the summary of his season.
Clearly, I mean, this is suddenly the game has become fascinating with one goal at the other end, and now suddenly Abdul Karim at the thick of things with Churchill brothers. This is quite a match now. Suddenly, the end of the first half, the two teams have come back to life. The game has come back to life, and clearly the goal from Ramaya is definitely giving the Sreenidi a breathing space, and this breather will only help them to grow in stature, and Churchill brothers trying to get hold of things here.
Well, of course, and at the same time, just to add on, this is Romavia's second goal against Churchill brothers, and at the same time, his fourth goal of the season. And in this game, now he has an assist and a goal as well. He's running the show here, Romavia, silently but effectively from the right-hand side.
I like what Vashwa said. I mean, silently and effectively, and this is what we call clinical, and that's what he has been on the pitch today. And this is really a brilliant move. And that ball was somehow, like, you know, just placed for just for the header. And I don't think at that point of time he even thought that, you know, he would head it this way or that way. And probably at the end of the day, it could have been a very bad header. But, you know, destiny strikes and the ball goes past and in between the legs of the goalkeeper. And this was really a little bit off the hook, that particular goal. But the ball was really amazing. I mean, there's no two ways about it. It was so well set. It was right on a platter, just you to go and just eat it. And this was amazing. But what was interesting was there was an immediate counter attack, and Karim came very close to get one in for Churchill brothers. So here is a good ball into the Sreenidi penalty box. Anything can happen, but again the cross not up to the mark. Clearly, Churchill needs to up their game here, or else it's getting too late. And there you go. That's a beautiful leg work by none other than Hassan, but Churchill up to the task. So here you go. Churchill brothers trying to make a move and trying to attack.
Could have been a story of three brilliant first touches. The third one wasn't there. Go with the delivery. Albino Combs had his eyes on the ball and collects it safely. But those touches are really getting the fans on their feet. They are on the opposite side of what we are seeing, of course, and that's why we can hear them, but not really see too much. But I'm sure gradually, as the season progresses to its ending moments, it'll be house full if they have a chance to lift the title, if they have a chance to lift the trophy. They had last season. They had beaten Punjab FC in the ending stages to do themselves a favor, but then they lost some crucial points, as I mentioned, against the teams in the bottom half. 54% possession, still enjoying the majority, along with which a 2-0 cushion now. 2 minutes remaining of regulation time before we move into the half-time break.
Clearly, Churchill brothers clawing back into the game despite the fact that the scoreline shows 2-0, because they're clearly having now a better possession of the football on this particular footballing pitch. So here goes the long throw into the Sreenidi defense, but well cleared out. Churchill still trying to make a point, still trying to probe, still trying to try and get inside the Sreenidi defense. Good legwork, but clearly the Sreenidi defense is quite up to their task here and trying to make a point. But here is an infringement, and probably this can be something really dangerous, and Churchill brothers will definitely get an opportunity to really probe hard into the Sreenidi defense here.
Well, that was just outside the box, and Martin Chavez very clever. He wanted the play on, though, so eager always to continue with his attacking prowess. The Uruguayan Martin Chavez has done it over the years for his respective teams in Indian football, and now we'll have a free kick. Do we have something out of the box coming from Martin Chavez? But generally, as far as we are aware of this very man, he'll try to unleash a shot, even if after an exchange with Remruata. We'll find out. Martin Chavez went for goal himself with too many orange shirts in front of him. And again, the free kick goes in favor of Churchill brothers.
So Martin clearly trying to go for glory, but not quite making it this time. I remember at the very beginning of the first half, there was one free kick which almost went in, but Alvino Gomez was up to the task. But this time, clearly, it was not well placed, and he would have done better with so many tall, statured footballers into the defense. And there you go, that's a good ball, but Sreenidi was right up to the task, and that was Droll and Elisavia who were at the very thick of things.
Well, 4 minutes added on, and then the 45 and safely collected by Albino. Sreenidi Deccan, they have only lost a single match in 2024. 8 matches played, and only one of them lost, and that was a hard-fought loss against Royal Kashmir, who were also in contention of the title just a few matches ago. But apart from that, their graph has been on top, on the rise, and Churchill will win a corner. They are in the mood right now.
Churchill really pressing hard right now, and of course, who else but Martin? He's got the skill, he's got the speed, and he's trying to make the most of it through the left flank. And this corner can be pivotal. At least if we can get one goal in the second half, will become really interesting. So let's see, Martin with the ball, with the cross. This has gone to, oh no, is there a handball there? They're claiming for one, clearly no. Referee is clearly not interested, and so therefore Gogoi was come for an overlap, and now this ball into the penalty box, but Sreenidi defense is trying to get it out of the danger, and there you go. Who else but Hassan has come to the defense now to help his fellow teammates out, and Hassan does a good job, and Martin clearly not very happy and quite upset with Hassan's style of attacking. So this was interesting, but clearly Churchill, who's trying really hard and coming close, but clearly failing. And there you see at the replay, Hassan was, well, there's a little bit of a WWE, Bhashwar, what do you say?
Well, Martin Chavez was looking for the contact and hence went down. Could have been a foul, but the last two went in his favor. This decision went in Sreenidi's favor, but the decision was for the handball. He went on and straight grabbed the ball. He was expecting in his mind already that it is going to be a free kick for him, but you have to play to the whistle. And here's Wilvan Hassan trying to help Sreenidi to another goal. And time and again we're seeing Gugu in the mix of things, going on the overlaps, bombing those crosses in, even though the Sreenidi defense look unbreakable. They of course are the third best defense in the league so far, after Will Kashmir and Mohammedan Sporting, if I'm not mistaken, of course. And here's Emmanuel given away. Romavia trying to speed up and press on the accelerator. Top defending from Martin Chavez, again doing everything, attacking, defending, winning free kicks. Very, very lively character on the pitch.
Very, very lively character indeed, and his presence on the pitch is no less than a leader. He plays the leader's role. He's the captain, and he's leading from the front. He's trying to at least, but as of now, the result has not gone their way, and Sreenidi have had an upper hand. But clearly, Churchill brothers have really clawed back into the system and is trying hard to make a mark and at least get one goal in their favor, so that the second half they can press hard and maybe harder and kind of pose a threat to Sreenidi. So the ball goes out of play, so there will be throw-in, and Nishal has come all the way for his throw into the penalty box. Players are all in readiness. The defense, the orange t-shirts have flocked together because they know that this is the last few minutes of the game in the first half, and the ball goes out of play for the goalkeeper to take charge and get the game forward.
Well, a few seconds more remaining in the first half here. It's really be comfortably on a 2-goal cushion here. And they'll be hoping they can maintain that. And they'll be hoping that they can move till final day drama at half-time in the Deccan Arena. And the hosts are up by 2. A goal and assist from Romavia. William and Romavia, the scorers, 2-0 at half-time. A massive upper hand in the 5-stop journey coming up for Sreenidi Deccan. 50-50 in possession stats. 5 shots from Sreenidi, 2 on target, but the 6 shots from Churchill have got only 1 on target. That's been the difference. 2 corners for Churchill brothers as well, 1 for Sreenidi Deccan. Churchill have done the attacking clearly, but haven't found the finishing touch. 1 yellow card as well for Churchill brothers, and then for Sreenidi Deccan. We'll have a look at all those shots coming in. Not too many, but 5 of them. Brandon with 2, Wilvan Hassan, Romavia, and William Oliveira with 1 each.
So this has been quite a half, 50-50 ball possession. Churchill clawed back into the game and tried to give their best. And there you go with the Churchill brothers. So therefore the shots, 6 of them, Kareem with 3, Costa Martin and Stanley, they all contributed with 1 each. So Churchill clawing back, but it's a tough ask in the second half for Churchill to come and force Sreenidi into the back foot. And there you go with the fouls. Sreenidi Deccan FC, 6 of them. Romavia, the goal scorer, and then Elisavia and Vanlal Ramdika and William with 1 each. Clearly, they fought hard and they tried to pose a good amount of challenge.
And just 3 fouls from Churchill on the other hand, 2 from Stanley. Martin Chavez with 1 in that ending stages of the first half. But Martin Chavez has been the positive for Churchill brothers, along with, of course, Stanley Fernandez and the fullbacks Gogo and Remruata, who have been creating those chances. But they need teamwork, they need better. We'll have a look at the first 45 minutes, how it went by. This was the opener from William Oliveira. Romavia's cross, he needed to control it, which he did, and he's expected to with the stature he has and with the quality that he possesses. Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary beaten for the first time, a roar and a step forward. Wilvan Hassan continued creating chances, came close to scoring, but he couldn't find his goal. Stanley shot was almost catching Albino off guard. Could have been dangerous.
So there you go with the replay of the first half, some important, and there was the goal. Romavia, there you see, it was kind of a nutmeg turned into a goal through a header, and It was very interesting, but that was the second goal they were looking for. Shubhashish Rajchowdhury clearly upset, but the ball was set for as a platter. Like, this is a ball, a dream ball for anyone in front of the penalty box.
Well, and those are the only 2 goals of the first half. Well, cannot say if it's only because 2 goals is a good enough lead. There were a few chances late with Martin Chavez winning those free kicks, but there wasn't much for Churchill. They will have to play harder and better in the second half. We'll be back shortly after a little breather. At halftime, it's Sreenidi Deccan 2, Churchill Brothers 0.
So here we are in the second half of this crucial encounter between Sreenidi and Churchill. So clearly Sreenidi having an upper hand in the first half, not in terms of possession though, it was 50-50, but however in terms of the goal scoring mechanism, yes, they've got 2 goals ahead and they're kind of cementing their place and to give Mohammedan Sporting run for the money as they end as the league contender and they vie for the title for this I-League. And there you go, the second half gets underway. Churchill brothers trying to make a move into the Sreenidi defense box and the ball goes out of play. Harshad, this is something that will be really interesting in the second half, considering that Sreenidi is already 2 goals up. Churchill brothers will have to definitely play for pride. I mean, they are a name, they're a legacy, they're a history in itself when it comes to go on his club. Churchill is right up there.
A legacy they have to live up to. 2-time champions of the I-League as well. Goan dominance in the Indian football circuit we have seen a while ago. But right now it is a struggle for Churchill brothers, especially this season. Not a familiar situation for them. But Francis Bonnet will try and that his team can implement his plans on pitch and get back in this game. Still a chance, 45 more minutes. Very much possible to bounce back, but for that they have to come out with their very best, because Sreenidi Deccan, they are not any ordinary side. The players on pitch at the bottom of your screen on the scroll below, you can see there has been one change in the first half itself with Emmanuel coming in to replace Orbin, a forced substitution for Churchill brothers. And since that time it has been Richard Costa fitting in that centre-back position. Has been an issue for Churchill, but no issues for Brandon so far in the game. Important header out from Richard Costa.
So clearly, again, the second half has gone underway and Sreenidi Deccans are trying to get into the game once again, and I'm sure they would want to increase their lead because they're well placed, very well consolidated, and Churchill have everything to play for at this given point of time. So that was not a great clearance clearly, and William with the ball, and well played to Hassan. Hassan down the left looking for options. William, no, that was a missed pass. We expected better from him, but Churchill brothers now off to counter attacking and well intercepted by the Sreenidi defense. That was quite a stroke of luck, I must say. It's gone into the safe hands of Alvino Gomez, but clearly the defense was a little bit haywire at that given point of time. And there on the screen you can see Brendan, the person who has been right at the thick of things, has taken so much of workload and played so well. Nischal out there, he has been into the thick of things as well. He's made his mark as a player for Churchill brothers and is doing really well. So he's now looking for options. He plays the ball not quite played the way it should ideally have been. Kugogui back to Roy, and he'll be looking to put the ball across in front for Churchill to come up with an attack well cleared. So this is a little bit scrappy football at this given point of time, but this is the early beginnings of the second half, and we can expect things to really get on course as the match progresses, because we've seen how Churchill brothers got back into the match with their possession in the late end of the second half. This is a midfield battle we are looking for. There is a Churchill brothers on the move. There is an opportunity. This can be a goal, but it's an offside. Bhaskar, this was something probably the run, had it been a little bit late, could have caused troubles for the opposition.
Absolutely. Abdul Karim making that run through. And look at that. Just couldn't time it, and the flag was up for offside. And Pavan Kumar was down while the attack was going on. And some issues for Sreenidi too. Hopefully nothing much in that. I'm not sure if a change will be needed. Couldn't actually see if it was more of an impact or something other than that. Seems to be all right for the time being. Alvino Combs has done so well to maintain his clean sheet. His defense has helped him as well. But if we just take a look at the previous meetings between these two sides, then of course we talked about the head-to-head wherein 4 wins for Sreenidi and a draw, none for Churchill. But at the same time, if we look at the goal scorers there, Louis Yogana has scored twice against Churchill Brothers. Today he's playing for Churchill Brothers. And apart from that, in the last meeting, it was a 2-1 for Sreenidi in Tilak Maidan, Goa. And the only goal for Churchill was scored by Abdul Karim, the man who made was Abdul Karim who scored that goal in the 2-1 defeat. He almost got at the end of things today as well. He couldn't find a goal. But one man who has been consistent, he's got 3 back-to-back goals against Churchill Brothers. Is David Castaneda. He's on the bench still, but the one man who will come on from the bench right now is Gurmukh Singh. Like-for-like substitution, if not mistaken, coming in for Pawan Kumar. Indeed, another forced change, but an attack here. Romavia on the first time attempt. It just misses the target. So nearly saw his brace coming.
There you go, the captain trying to take charge of the situation here, but clearly, okay, so back to Churchill. So the scrappy football continues right from first half into the second half, but clearly they're trying to make their way through. And here you go down the right, there's Churchill Brothers trying to move their way through, but Sreenidi back with the possession, and Abhishek, and back to Faisal, and then square pass, and then moves to Gurmukh, square pass again. So Ellie, and Ellie is looking for a player up front, but Churchill Brothers up to the task out there with Sinishal trying to get into the thick of things. So this is a good ball through the middle. Can there be a possibility on the overlap, but not quite making it? So clearly this game is Stanley was he held the ball for a long time. Probably he could have released it a little bit faster, but he's a good player. No two ways about that. Oh, that was quite not an infringement exactly, but a battle of muscles, if I may say so, and a little bit of a midfield battle into the territory of the Sreenidi Deccans, but cleared it out very well. And there's an infringement on none other than William. Is it? Yeah. So therefore, this is something which is really interesting, and this can be, and on the sidelines, as we can see, the injured Sreenidi Deccan warrior. This is really sad. No players wants to get injured. But in the meanwhile, on the pitch, Faisal again, the jersey number 10 of Deccan Warriors. What will he do? Oh, he passes the ball in front, back to Faisal. Then there is a ball. So there is a chance for Sreenidi to make a move, and there you go. It's a close move, but somehow Churchill Brothers are hanging on to it. Faisal's ball. Okay, so back to Shubhashish. Not a very crafty shot at the goal. Neither it had power. Bashar, a good period of play for Sreenidi in the second half.
Indeed, we'll get back to the answer. There's a clearance. They had a good phase of play from Sreenidi, as you said. But the forced substitution will be something they'll not be happy with. Pawan Kumar was playing well, but Gurmukh immediately filling his boots effectively. Gogo attempts a shot from distance. Was a deflection on the way, and that is why Albino just tried to get a hand and stop it, and does well. But tell you what, the stage is perfectly set for David Castaneda and the likes of Ibrahim Sissoko to come on and show their free running football, free flowing football, I would say. Not so early maybe, but surely I wouldn't be surprised to see them late in the game. They have so much options on the bench, Sreenidi, and they'll be trying to get their bench ready for the upcoming tough contests too. They might be required any time with the press there. Romavia cleared away by Shubhashish. Not too many shots, I would say, from Sreenidi, even though a lot of attacks. 2 on target, 2 goals. And now up to Karim avoids the challenge.
So there you go, Sreenidi Deccan That was not a good ball at all, and that too, oh, that was something really dangerous. There's some skill, but I'm sure that is not something the coach would actually like his defenders to do just in front of the box, and this can be close, but Shubhashish Raj Chaudhary, all overs with all the experience, he has come to the forefront to get hold of the situation in favor of Churchill. Now, back to Churchill brothers trying to create a move through Richard, and back to Nishchal. Nishchal looking for his teammate, and Churchill trying to create a game through the left flank currently through Ralte. Ralte looking for his compatriot. That's a good ball into the middle of things. Back to Ralte. Ralte, will he cross the ball? Will he be able to? But Gurmukh again at the thick of things and up to the task. A good interception by Gurmukh to the ball laid down by Ralte. Could have been dangerous had he missed, but thankfully Gurmukh was up to the task. He is doing a good job since the time he has come in the second half as a substitution due to it's a forced substitution for that matter. So let's see what can Churchill brothers come up with this corner.
A long one from Nishchal, cleared away here. And a forced substitution, coincidentally, for both the team's centre-backs. Aubin in the first half for Churchill, and Pavan Kumar in the second half for Sreenidi. And no foul given. Martin Chavez tried to keep it in. And repossession back to Sreenidi Deccan. But they'll be thankful, Sreenidi, that they had a defender on bench. They just had two as well, not too many. And a yellow card for Martin Chavez for all the complaints and frustrations. He needs to be careful. He's playing so well in today's game, but unnecessary. Talks himself into the book, I would say. And here's Martin Chavez again. A lovely little turn. There was a pull off a shirt and still gets the better of Jagdeep. Expertly done, still driving in the box. But some big bodies there. The likes of Ali Sabia and Gurmukh. Back with Churchill. They are not giving up. That is the best part. That is the least they can do now.
So Churchill brothers again. Martin Chavez, this is an uncalled for, unnecessary yellow card for him, but he was clearly frustrated, and understandably so. He's such a skillful footballer and he plays so well down the left flank. There's no two ways about it. But he's not getting the kind of support that he is seeking for, and somewhere that frustration can come out in the form of an outburst, and that's what happened. And the referee was rightly and aptly gave it a yellow card. Anyhow, Sreenidi Deccan on the move.
Well, and if you look at that exchange suddenly with Romavia, here he is right now. He was trying to move forward, saw two defenders tracking Brandon, who pulled the defenders out wide, creating that space for Romavia. Very cleverly done. And then you see the two exchanging possession time and again, which they have been doing, Brandon and Romavia. Very similar kind of players, but a free kick for Sreenidi Deccan. Romavia are winning it.
So this free kick can be an interesting one with the stalwarts like William and Hassan at the box. This can go really dangerous if floated and curled properly into the penalty box. This can go anywhere. Faisal, he's a master at it. Let's see, will that be a header? Not really. Churchill brothers up to the task, and there you go. The captain puts it forward. And now into the attack, down the left, looking for some kind of help. Not really. No one up front. So Churchill brothers again trying to formulate through the middle. But clearly there is some issue with people. Oh, there you go. That's a good ball in. Now anything can happen from here. But Churchill brothers not quite getting the final passes in place. But there is the cross. But it has gone out, and it'll probably go out of play. Not really. So they're still in the thick of things with Stanley. With all that is a cross that was an absolute waste. There was some serious piece of pressure put on the Deccans by the Churchill brothers, but clearly that was not something that was called for. I'm sure the coach must be very upset with that. Churchill brothers clawing back into the game, trying to make a point, trying to move ahead and flocking together and getting some counter-attacks done in the right pace, but failed to succeed here. The final pass has been an issue. We have discussed this in the first half, and it remains to be an issue as we move into the 60th minute into the second half. This is a good game, battle of contenders, and there you go. Chavez, wonderful. He's a proper number 10. There's no two ways about it. Again, I just hope he doesn't show his frustration on the ground. He's already on a yellow card. There you see the number of fouls, 7 for Deccan and 5 for Churchill. And on the move, again, through the right. Churchill brothers, Gogu to Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary. And the ball goes out of play. That was again something that was uncalled for at that point of time.
Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary has felt the pressure from Sreenidi Deccan today, really. A top side, but Churchill have crawled back in the possession stats. Brought down, but fairly, says the referee, won the ball. And long goes Gogo. Abdul Karim trying to get onto it, heads it towards Louis Okana. A change in colours, he has returned to the Deccan Arena. He was here in the previous season, had been performing for this very club, the Deccan Warriors.
So, Churchill brothers trying to make a move here, and Nishchal again, the master at those long throws. Oh, this was a little bit of setting the cats amongst the pigeons with that particular throw that created a little bit of attention. And there you go, number 29 running all the way through. Clearly, there is a movement from Deccan to get the ball across and make some positive inroads into the Churchill brother defense, but it's clearly not happening. Churchill brothers have had the fair share of things in the second half. Nishchal with the ball, looking for a player, and there you go, but again a missed pass. So the break of play, the attack has been broken, and currently again the Deccans are back on track. And who else? There you go, the Williams and the Hassans are right out there trying to force their way through. But Hassan, will that be a shot? Not really. 3-4 of them are honing onto Hassan because they know the kind of player Hassan is and what a difference that he can make. But again, Deccans, well, that was an infringement, and probably it was the right decision by the court. He was very adamant at that point of time, and probably that didn't go down well with the referee. Clearly, he has given the decision already. Stanley waiting to take the free kick here, and the infringement was kind of necessary at that point of time for the team.
Necessary for the team, just stopping that counter opportunity, but a cross in from Remruata. The attack still on, up to Kareem from the right. Seen an overlap from Gogo, but not at all a great pass. But Churchill will have it back. And they have the option from the left channel this time. Nishchal all the way back to Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary. They're all looking to the right at the moment and try and exploit that right channel. Not finding many options here. Good pressing, good team press from Sreenidi. Nishchal goes long towards Martin Chavez. They still have the ball. Emmanuel Coffey. And now space opening up for Gogo on the right. He has one to beat. And then across to find. Oh, brilliant footwork. And that will be a free kick. Time and again, they're so very impressive. There on your screen was Walte too. Louis Okana and Abdul Karim need to do better. Just a little correction. Meanwhile, I was talking about Remruata Walte in the first half. Having been a part of the FC Goa setup, he actually wasn't just a bit of confusions there. He was with Chanmari FC in Mizoram before this, coming into the Churchill brothers, his first season here. And just to update the viewers with that correction. And he'll be taking the free kick, maybe. He has a venomous left. Alrem Rualte.
This will be interesting, with Martin also accompanying him. But Alrem Ralte, disappointing, could have been better. But still with Churchill brothers, they're definitely being relentless out here and putting up a very brave show in front of the second placed I-League contenders currently, the Deccans. So Alvino Gomes, well done. That was quite an athletic and agile take by Alvino. And now again, the Deccans are trying to make a move through the right. So this will be an interesting phase of play. Ellie, Droll, looking for, now Gurmukh has come into the picture, back to Ellie. Ellie looking for Abhishek, would be, no, not really. He moves the ball to Maya. Maya looking for Faisal, to Maya, to Ellie. That was again a very needless stepping, and probably there was a stepping issue there. But this guy has really made a mark today. And he's been at the thick of things. He's been so brilliant with the ball, off the ball, the workload and everything put together. And as the two teams battle it out, in the middle, again, it goes in favor of Churchill. Churchill with the throw-in into the Deccans penalty box. Can there be an opportunity just outside the penalty box? So well intercepted and well cleared out of danger. That was well done indeed. And luckily for the Deccans, yes, they at least got this danger out of the way at this given point of time. But who knows next? Churchill might come up with something special with this ball.
More of an awkward clearance, I would say, from Sreenidi Deccan, giving away a chance to Churchill. Martin Chavez very much has the abilities, goes towards the far post, just missing a third corner for Churchill brothers. They're leading on that stat at least, but that wouldn't help them get points. So time for a substitution, maybe? We'll find out. But we'll be so keen and eager to see. And there is one. And it is Wilwan Hassan who is coming off, I believe. And in comes Ibrahim Sissoko. And the stage is set for him. And he has some dancing boots on him to watch out for. He's not been a regular starter, but most of the games just come in as a substitute. And Ibrahim Sissoko will have 23 minutes in this game to try and showcase his quality on board. He's on the left right now, but generally plays central, but his abilities or footwork allows him to play everywhere, wherever he wants. Oh, that's not a great pass, I would say. It just helps Sreenidi get back in possession, but Rem Ruata somehow controls and wins a throw-in. Martin Chavez, more of a physical battle there. Thankfully not enough contact. He was inside the box. And lucky escape. And a free kick, unnecessary from William Oliveira, just trying to showcase his physical presence, just letting Nishchal know whom you're marking off there.
Clearly, I mean, I completely agree. And William Oliveira, quite a presence, I must say, with that height and physique and the stature. It gets really overwhelming for anyone. But Nishchal has been doing a good job today on the field, and he's been relentless. So when it came to fighting out and battling out the attacks from the Sreenidi Deccans multiple times. And there you go, the captain, Martin. So what can he do? A curler, a floater into the box that will just find the right pace, not really, goes out of play. So again, This has been the story of Churchill brothers the entire game. They have not been quite up to the mark when it comes to the final third and the final passing, and clearly the finishing has not been up to the mark, and they've not got into spaces for that matter, if at all. I would say that Sreenidi Deccan have really placed their defenders well. The defenders have a very good cohesion, except for a couple of times where maybe there was a little bit of a gap, but otherwise they've been quite up and tight with their Nischal with the header clearing it out. So therefore, again, the midfield battle will ensue right now. And again, Churchill, and there's a beautiful black hill by the captain Martin. So Churchill trying to make a move into the Sreenidi box, but not really. There was Sissoko who has come to help his fellow mates out at the defense. So there you go, Sreenidi Deccan, Sissoko. Oh, that's a back pass to Gurmukh. Gurmukh looking for options. To the right, again back to Gurmukh. This time Gurmukh places the ball, a long one, but the Churchill brothers defense is up to the task, and probably it will go to Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary, and it goes as well, and Shubhashish clears the ball, but that was a very silly clearance, I must say. Now there is a chance for Sreenidi Deccans to really get back into this and score a goal. That was a nice dummy, but the shot was not up to the mark, and Shubhashish was right up there at the scheme of things, and unfortunately Romaya could have just done a little better here, Bashar.
Should have done better. I just tried to be precise and forgot to add some power in that. But clever work before that. Sissoko with the trick straight away coming into play. Brandon with the dummy as well. And here's another chance. Floated in and defended strongly. Louis Ogana on the far side opening up. Coco in possession. They have lacked outlets in front of goal, but Abdul Karim, not sure whom that dummy was for, but the idea, not really the right time to bring that out. Louis Ogana has got 4 goals this season for Churchill Brothers, so that is the reason he has been brought on, but so has Martin Chavis. There he's on the ball. Look at the control, but forced back. Maya Kanan, what a prolific performer. Presence in the midfield, and there again Maya Kanan stopping almost every second attack coming down the center of the park from Churchill Brothers right from the first half. Not talked much about him, but he has been doing the job right. But Louis Ogana could have done it right for Churchill. Eli Sabia just letting it run, thinking it would have been a goal kick, and thoughts sometimes are misleading. You need to play to the whistle. It'll be a corner for Churchill Brothers.
So again, Churchill Brothers with the corner. Martin would try to float it into the dangerous area, as we call it. But, well, that was probably a part of the tactics to play it out wide and for a shot, but that didn't happen. There was no volley nor a half volley, anything from the player. So now Sreenidi Deccans, they'll try to make a move through the middle and see where it goes, but clearly the stroke was quite fast.
Well, that idea would have actually worked had it not been an AstroTurf, and there is a difference. And Sissoko, I'm sure he'll be more habituated gradually playing for Sreenidi Deccan. This is his home now, in the new home, and he'll be habituated playing in this pitch and understand the weight and measurements of the pass required, but nonetheless a wasted pass eventually. There's still a little time on the clock for Churchill Brothers to try and initiate a comeback, and Sreenidi have kept the game open, I would say, because one goal from Churchill again suddenly puts pressure on them, and game will open up.
One goal lead in football, as very well pointed out, is never a safe lead at all. And if Churchill can put one back, then they will definitely have the confidence to go for another one. And that is when, there will be a little bit of self-doubts that might creep into the defense of Sreenidi Deccans. And that's exactly what Churchill should do, because you play for pride here for Churchill. I mean, you have nothing to lose, but at the same time, the history is at stake, and a good result for them would do wonders. And then again, you see Gogo. He has been such a prolific player. What a workload! He has been there throughout, like right from defense to overlap, back to defense, into the midfield, helping his teammates out everywhere. Oh, now this is a little bit of a problem from what it looks like, but not really well handled by the Srinidian defenders. Now on the move, Sreenidi Deccans. This could be dangerous. 3-4, but. This was probably could have been a very good ball, but not quite up to the mark. Well intercepted by the defender, and this could have caused a real trouble and 1-1 situation with Shubhashish Raucheru, but never happened. Under the situation, again Martin on the counter for Churchill down the left, and let's see what Martin can pull off from here. Into the middle of the box, Emmanuel looking for people. He's good at holding the ball. He's got the skills, and to Martin into the penalty box. Will there be a cross? Will there be a shot? It's a collar, but it's straight to Alvino Gomez, and it goes for no result whatsoever. This was a promising move, but unfortunately for Churchill brothers, the story for them throughout this match till the 74th minute into the 75th minute as we speak, that the final passing and the final shot is somehow lacking.
Desperate attempt from Martin Chavez. The angle wasn't supporting him, but that's a rare giveaway. Louis Ukana jumbled under his feet. And now Stanley. And not again a great touch. That's been the problem. Emmanuel avoids the challenge. But the final delivery again has question marks written all over that. But the cooling break for the two teams. The 75th minute of the game, 53% possession. Churchill brothers have stepped up in that stat, but that is not helping unless and until they can get the final ball through and find the target. 34 degrees in Hyderabad right now, pretty warm still, and that is why we have the cooling break here. And they've done so well that maybe a third goal can just seal the game for them, which still hasn't come. They've plenty of talent on the bench. We'll have a look at the goals so far, or rather the chances.
The chances, yeah, indeed. It's been a good half, to say the least, and clearly Churchill brothers have come up pretty strong, except for the final third, the final finish, and there you go, the infringement that was really uncalled for on William Oliver, and the infringements were really, and Emmanuel after that was not something that was we were looking for. And then that shot could have been well placed. That could have ended up being one of the goals for Sreenidi, but they clearly failed. And there was one more chance even after that. But one thing, Ibrahim Sissoko's intervention into the game and sudden the substitution, clearly he's adding a lot of value to the midfield and the defense as well. And this is a good move, good tactics by the coach. And considering you're already into the 76th and 77th minute and 13 and few added minutes to go, so now probably somewhere the Srinidian defense is trying to consolidate the game and to ensure that they don't concede any goal whatsoever. Defensive, it may be on the thick of things, it may look like it, but Churchill brothers still do have the scope. I mean, it's just that they've done it all. They've have this ball possession of 53% in the second half, and they're trying really hard for this. But it is very disappointing for us who've seen Churchill brothers play the way they do, dominating Indian football at one given point of time. We expect Churchill to do better. This is a good move into the penalty box, but well cleared out by the defense. Nischal probably, no, not exactly. It was Nischal's fellow teammate out there, Richard, who managed to get it out. Now, a couple of changes here for Sreenidi Deccans.
Well, two young faces who have been promising in the last season throughout. It is Biaktia and Rosenberg Gabriel, the two top performers in the previous season. Rosenberg this season as well at the start showed some promise, but can he continue? A corner kick right now for Sreenidi. Haven't got too many. The second one, Faisal Sheste. Biaktia, his first touch of the game. Makanan trying to spread it out wide. As Sissoko was onside. Clever little pass towards Gurmukh. Might be another one. Biaktia deflection on the way. Could have been another impact substitution.
But clearly, they were up to the task, and this could have been really dangerous. And this was Sreenidi's chance to actually triple the lead, but that didn't happen. The cross, this could have been a chance, but Emmanuel slightly off guard there. Let's see what he can do with the ball. He's got the skills, he's got the fence and the flicks and the tricks and the trades, but that's not good enough. And there is a ball, but it is well cleared out by the Sreenidi defense. And Sissoko there clearly showing his prowess with his all the might and the stature and the height and everything put together, and overwhelming his fellow compatriot from the other side. So clearly the referee was not very happy, and they found it an infringement. And Martin, the captain, the talisman of the Churchill brothers, is right out here, and he's with the ball, and probably he would float the ball into the dangerous area of the penalty box, and to ensure that, you know, maybe Emmanuel or Ibrahim would do the wonders, but not really. They're up to the task.
Sums up the day for Churchill brothers. Create chances, have possession, but the final touch just missing. Abdul Karim Sam, Emmanuel and Lou Ugana, all of them just not being able to find the back of the net. But here's Biaktia. He's an exciting watch, hasn't got too much game time this season. Once again in the mix of things, Biaktia almost unleashes the shot, still on the ball, and wins a corner. Watch out for this lad. He had earlier in the season, at the start of this season, come on as a substitute, got 10, 11 minutes and got goals in back-to-back matches. And that's how promising this young lad is. Another one was his partner in crime last season, Lojim. He had been signed by Mumbai City FC this season in the ISL. But a corner right now for Sreenidi Deccan. Faisal Sheste lining another one up. Eli Sabia rose, but couldn't get it on target.
This could have been really close, and Faisal is known for those dangerous balls, and Ali Sabia was right out there with the header, but clearly it just misses by a thin whisker. But that was a really good move, and this could have been the third goal, but it is what it is. Like in football, you can't help it. That's the way it goes in sports as well. So Churchill brothers now again trying to consolidate and try to make a move, but the worrying factor is that, you know, no matter what, in the midfield currently, the scrappy football needs to kind of die down, and maybe some more innovative football with better interpassing would be more fascinating to the eye as a viewer. Nischal there into the left. So, and Martin looking for options here. Again, to the midfield, he's trying to curate something out. Emmanuel, Martin, then back to the Churchills through the left. The Churchill brothers trying to make an attack. Stanley would be there. Oh, the ball again. Alvino Gomes up for the challenge. The floater well intercepted and well taken into the custody, into the safe custody of Alvino Gomes. Now Sreenidi on the attack once again.
William Oliveira is switching it to the left. And there's Biaktia again. Just the touch taking it away. Aubin, or rather Emmanuel there, apologies. Aubin is the one who placed in the first half for that forced substitution. And a free kick here for Churchill brothers. In the midfield, in the center of the park. And Sreenidi Deccan seems like we'll not see David Castaneda today. He is still on the bench, and a few substitutions already made by Sreenidi, and not much time remaining as well. Martin Chavez playing it forward to Stanley. A long range attempt! Oh, that's gone in through Albino Gomes. And when we thought it's over, Stanley Fernandez came out with a statement that Churchill brothers are still alive in this contest. 2-1, and that's the risk which was lying when you do not score more.
Now here we go. Stanley Fernandez was right up to the task. He's been in the thick of things throughout today. He's been a performer who has performed par excellence today, and that goal would definitely give that fillip and the breather to Churchill brothers to press and keep up the ante more against Sreenidi. And clearly this 2-1 has now become a little bit of a thorn in the flesh for Sreenidi Deccans. Why? Because still another 7 minutes plus additional time to go, and 1-goal lead is never a safe lead, that we were saying for the longest time. And the rub of the green, if it goes in Churchill brothers' way, who knows? That party spoiler that we were talking about at the very beginning, that can be on the cards. Weird things and happen in football. It's nothing new, and this could have been a good move, but clearly they're not up to the task. Churchill brothers once again through the middle, trying to make a move. Emmanuel with the ball, looking for options. And this is some really good work by Emmanuel, and onto the right, the cross, but again, not a very sad sight. This is Churchill brothers. They've created so many opportunities per se, but when it came to the final quarter, and there you go with the this is really uncalled for. Alvino Gomez clearly not known for this, but mishaps happen. This is life, this is tragic, this is football, and this is the opera of football, if I may say so, the theater of football. And this was really not something that Bashar, clearly my fellow co-commentator and friend, is amazed that how come this happened. Bashar, really, this was we didn't expect this to happen.
Well, imagine playing so well throughout the game, and there's still 5 minutes and additional time, and if Churchill get another one, really party spoilers, they will live up to that name given by you. And well, another thing to add on is that in the 5 meetings between Churchill and Sreenidi, Churchill have never, or rather only once scored more than 1 goal, and that was a 3-2 defeat against Sreenidi Deccan. Richard Costa scored a goal in that match, but well, apart from that, they have generally scored 1, not more.
So with that stat, if history has anything to go by, probably we can see a full stop, but it's football, and there cannot be a full stop until it's over. And Captain Martin for Churchill brothers on the move through the left flank. Now again there'll be a back pass to Martin, probably, no, not really, into the midfield. Churchill trying to up the ante again. There is a fillip, there is a boost because of that goal. Martin now looking for options once again, trying to curate a game, and it's an infringement again, and Martin will be happy to know that there is a possibility of a free kick, and rightly so. And this could be another entertaining end of the game saga. Who knows? Because this is what we are looking for as football lovers, as football buffs. See some entertaining duel, and this is exactly what we are witnessing right now at the fag end of the game with Sreenidi right at the top, but suddenly Churchill brothers coming all the way through, pulling up the socks and giving Sreenidi a run for their money. And clearly Captain Martin will be with this free kick, and let's see if something fruitful happens for Churchill. Oh, and that clearly sums up the story, but and it's offside as well. So again, a good position, a chance that could have been created goes a waste, and it's a bygone now.
Well, the idea was bright, just to get the pass back, but the pass back wasn't great at all, and this time Nischal was tracking back from an offside position as the flag went up. But surely they have the quality to manage this game off and see all 3 points coming in their favor. And here's Piaktia, through the legs, wonderfully done, and wins a free kick. Such an exciting watch every time you see him on the ball, Piaktia. And for the first time, one rare time in this match, you would see someone getting the better of Coco one-on-one.
Oh, I rightly said. I mean, this is an interesting observation, and rightly so. That was a good one. That was really a good one, very skillful, and some quick feet as well. So, which is always appreciable and extremely fascinating to the eye as a football lover. But Sreenidi clearly now with a chance to enhance the lead if placed properly. And we have William in the thick of things. Sissoko is there, and Faisal is known for those beautiful floaters. And will that be a goal? Not really. It's been cleared out. Yes, it's well cleared, and referee has come to the forte for the infringement, Shubhashish Rai Chaudhary once again. plays the ball wide towards the right. Churchill trying to come up with some kind of a attack. Long ball into the area. No, Gurmukh is there for Sreenidi, but Captain Martin from left has moved on to the right, trying to change his position, playing all around the ground, and he's really Emmanuel to Martin to Emmanuel. Oh, there you go. That's very well done by Brendan. But then again, this miss pass. This is what we've been talking about since the time we started this game. The miss pass, the haphazard passing, the interplay which has not been cohesive. There's a lot of haywire tackles here and there, but again, Churchill brothers on the move. This could be interesting, and this could really be interesting. Will there be a shot? And is it a goal? It's a goal! It is a goal for Churchill brothers, and this is exactly what we were talking about. This is Gogo, the number 19. He has been at the thick of things right from the very beginning, and this is what we've been discussing and talking about at the Combox for the longest time. Will they be the spotty spoiler? And clearly so. 1-goal lead is never a safe lead, and here it is. History repeats itself, and this is really sad, and therefore Sreenidi is clearly under pressure, and Churchill brothers has turned on the ante here.
Do not take anything for granted. With the man living up to expectation, Gogo doing his defensive duties all day long. And what a strike that! A punch through Albino, no chance for him. Didn't even get a sight how fast it was. And he would probably in his mind say, you might have got it through my legs once. I have got it through the hands of Albino Combs, and that matters more. We are back, Churchill brothers, with the equalizer, and with additional time coming on, this will need some extraordinary drama for any of the teams to get 3 points. Well, I say any because right now momentum in favor of Churchill. A chance straight away. William Oliveira, he'll be eager to take a shot. Turns, but Richard Costa, how well has he done coming in as a midfielder and replacing Aubin in the centre-back position? Wonderfully done. We're into additional time. We'll find out how much. But Churchill brothers are eager to spoil the party even further. Rahul Raju, that's a long ball through, almost well-timed. Emmanuel has got a touch, and it'll be a corner. Top work. Great pace on that. 6 minutes of additional time.
So 6 minutes of additional time is a lot of time, to be honest, and under the circumstances, clearly we are seeing some exhilarating contest between Churchill brothers and Sreenidi Deccan. Because Churchill brothers has upped the ante. They have actually come back with a brace and have made it 2-2. There you see the corners, Churchill brothers 5 and Sreenidi Deccan 3. So this can be a really fascinating encounter at the very fag end of this particular match. This is all to lose for when it comes to Sreenidi Deccan, because of the simple reason that they are still in the fight for title contendership with respect to Mohammedan Sporting, and wherein this will be a very important corner to defend, because you can see the orange and greens all forked up together and in front of their box, in front of the 3 sticks, and there is Stanley who has been substituted out now. There is due to the injury, and which is very unfortunate. He has taken a lot of pressure today and a lot of workload, and but then the focus is right now on the football field. Why? Because Churchill brothers have come back. They have rose from the ashes like a phoenix, and currently giving this Sreenidi Deccan a run for their money.
Well, and the change coming in here. It seems to be Silo who has come on. We'll wait for the confirmation, or maybe not. It's Haukip who is on, and it'll be a corner. Can there be further drama? Remruwata delivers towards the far post. No one in Churchill colours gets a touch. It was Haukip straight away into action, and there is 4 more minutes remaining. Do not take anything for granted is what we say, and that has come out to be true. They had so many opportunities. They took it a bit casual, I would say, since the 2-0 lead. They thought it was job done, but somewhere there was a suppressed third goal required. Biaktia has made it 1. Well spotted, but difficult always, and this time Coco sees it off strongly.
So it's 3rd minute of the game and the additional time is on. 3 more minutes to go. A lot can happen here, clearly, considering the way this match has progressed in the last 15 to 20 minutes, especially in the last 10-12 minutes. So Shubhashish Rajchandra clearly pretty and visibly upset and getting into a verbal altercation and confrontation with the match official here. So he's clearly not very happy with the way things are, and obviously it's quite evidently so.
Well, there's a reason for that complaint, of course, from Shubhashish, because given the situation of Churchill brothers, in no way are they going to play for a draw here or just waste time at this stage of the game when momentum is in their favor. And Shubhashish was just trying to explain it's not really time wasting for me, for which you booked me. But anyway, he's gone into the books, and Shubhashish will launch it long. There's still time for one more goal in this match. Luyukana with a flick back, and a good exchange from Abdul Karim towards Gogo. And do we have something special being cooked by Churchill brothers here? Luyukana in the race. Kurmuk clears. And only up to Gogo. Felt a knock. It'll be a free kick and the yellow card too, is it? Well, no card yet, but he's having a discussion with the fourth official.
The coach is also into the thick of things. He's clearly not happy with the challenge made on his player Gogo, clearly, and I'm sure he must not breach his lines, because in modern day football the coach are also not given the respite of cards. So under the circumstances, he has a few things to say, and there you go. The replay will probably give a better understanding. Sissoko was there, yeah, so it was Sissoko on Gogo, and he got his feet instead of the ball, it seems.
And it has been given as a free kick
Free
to
kick.
Sreenidi.
Sreenidi. That's weird, isn't it? Under the circumstances, Faisal. So this is a good ball. There is a scope. Can there be something out of this? No, again an infringement, and this time it goes in favor of Churchill. So not very happening times for Sreenidi Deccans here in front of the Churchill defense, and clearly things are not going as per planned. They started off well, but we're into the final minute of this particular game, which is so important, and I'm sure Nishal has something to say to the referee, and he's clearly making his voice felt. But however, the last 30-20 seconds of this game will be crucial. Will it be the cliffhanger that we are looking for? Will there be a twist in the tail? Bhashwar, if we could go through this final 20 minutes of this game, will this be a cliffhanger or not? Let's see.
Well, Abdul Karim. Can it be a sting in the tail? Martin Chavez. There has been a touch from the defender. 6 minutes up. Will be a few seconds more for the stoppages in between. And with Mohammedan losing points last day against Real Kashmir with a draw, it might be the same story with Sreenidi losing points, and it'll be back in balance, or rather, it'll be back with the similar story which was there a day ago with Mohammedan in the upper hand, having the upper hand. Nishal Chandan with a long throw coming in. This might be one last chance in the game for Churchill to make further damage here. Rahul Raju not connected well at all, and a goal kick.
Well, that's the fate of the match as it looks like, and there doesn't look like any more twist in the tail anymore, no sting, nothing, because any time the referee will come up with this long whistle, and that will just culminate the end of this particular game. So therefore, Sreenidi, it's a big mishap for them, because they were clearly fighting for the title, and this is not something that they would appreciate, considering the fact that Mohammedan Sporting is higher up in the ladder with few points ahead of them. Again through the right across, can there be some kind of well, not really, clearly not. They tried a back heel, but Churchill brother defense was up to the task. Sreenidi, last ditch attempt at the Churchill brothers goal, but the defenders are up to the task. Not really. Will there be a cross? There is a possibility of a cross. Is there something at the very fag end of this game that's coming our way that we are not predicting? Okay, but no, not really. Not really, Emmanuel. Now, they will definitely clear it out. not quite cleared. Yeah, so now it's back to Churchill brothers onto the move through the right flank through Martin. Martin looking for options. Is the game has already come to an end. It looks like it's just a couple of seconds or minutes that we are looking at with the referee, and Churchill brothers now will take the game forward. No, it's Sreenidi Deccans.
Well, there has been an injury, that is why the play has been stopped. But it is 8 minutes up. Of course, a minimum of 6 is what is showed on the board. After that, it's up to the official. Koko, he's not happy with that, of course. Just being stretched off for the time being. But final few seconds. Is there one last attack in this game? Or is there nothing more remaining? The time on the clock says it's done. The scenario on the pitch says there's one more attack remaining in this contest. Rosenberg Gabriel, Remruata does well, but there's Sissoko, delivers towards the far post, and the wasted opportunity. Shubhashish is not at all happy with the decision, because it is 9 minutes on the clock, and I'm sure that this kick from Shubhashish will be the last kick of the game here. Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary, he'll be happy, conceded 2 goals, but his team has done the job up front. Coming away from home at the Deccan Arena and getting a point is tough, and when Sreenidi are in contention of the title, it is even tougher. But that is full time. Sreenidi Deccan have faced the party spoilers, and smile for Mohammedan on the top of the table. They will breathe a sigh of relief, but the contest remains open still. A lot of hard work to do, but a lead bottled, and a hard ending for Sreenidi. 2-2 at full time.
Indeed, 2-2 at full time. Ball possession, Churchill overwhelming Sreenidi by 6%, 53 to 47, shots 12. Churchill, but then there have been 5 corners, so clearly Churchill had the upper hand, but they couldn't make it through. But the 2 goals, well, yes, a little bit of a stroke of luck put together. This was quite an even-Steven sort of a game, ball possession being evenly distributed almost. This was a good game, something that probably Sreenidi wouldn't be not happy at all. Shots 11, there you go. Vanlal Ramdekha 2, and William 2, and Romaya with 3, and the rest with 1-1-1 each, ending with Hassan. So this has been the story of today. Little bit of haywire football, but and Churchill brothers with the shots. There you go with Kareem.
Well, 12 of it up to Kareem, Sam with 3 attempts. Stanley Fernandez with 3 attempts as well. Martin Chavez with 2. Richard Costa, Koko, and Nischal Chandan with an attempt each as well. 1 converted by Stanley, 1 converted by Koko, rising from the right hand side. 15 fouls from Sreenidi Deccan, a bit too many, I would say. 3 from Roma Villa, Elisabia, Rosenberg, and Brandon with 2. William as well with 2 fouls to his name, and Abhishek Ambekar with 1.
And there you go with Churchill Brothers FC Goa. 8 fouls, almost half. Gogo and Costa and Stanley with 3, 2, 2 respectively, and Martin with 1. So clearly slightly fair play from Churchill compared to their competitors. And there you go, Mohammedan Sporting Club right at the top with 21 games played with 48 points. And then Sreenidi, well, they'll be disappointed big time with this 40 pointers, and Churchill Brothers still at number 9 reeling with 24 points, but they've played 20 games. So clearly Mohammedan Sporting having an upper hand at this given point of time, and that's the way probably it will show up in the future course of time, it looks like.
Well, it will, but we will see right now the story of the game. All started with William Oliveira's strike. Romavia's cross is somewhat being the dictator, or rather the hero of the play, until he went off, of course, and that probably changed the game. He would be unhappy, along with Brandon, and they have been shining. Romavia got the goal as well to make it 2-0 for Sreenidi Deccan. Both goals coming in the first half, nothing in the second.
The second half was all about Churchill Brothers, to be very honest, and there you go, that goal that we've been talking about for so long. Ramoya And this was a miss big time. So Sreenidi did get a few chances. They didn't quite make the most of it, and which is very unfortunate, and they have to pay for it because this match ends in a brace for each side, and that was the infringement that was completely uncalled for, and it was something on Emmanuel this time for Churchill brothers. Last time it was on Hassan and William. So clearly there were some chances created, but Sreenidi failed to convert those chances, and Churchill brothers a tale of lot of possession at the fag end of the first half and then throughout the second half. But this mishap from the Alvino Gomez is something that will never see in the rest of his life, because I'm sure to err is human and it happens, and this is what it is. And then Churchill brothers got back into the game, and this was a fantastic strike which led to this final brace-up piece and the equalizer.
Well, Gogo doing what he does best, help his team to find points, and he'll be happy. He was struggling at the ending stages, but still fought on. A few chances even after that, but no more goals, and both teams settle for a point. 2 goals aside at full time. Sreenidi Deccan 2, Churchill brothers 2, and that's it from our side. Another game lined up after this, but stay tuned. Signing off for the time being from the Combox, myself Vashwa Ghosh, and with me Shobit Roy.
প্রেমজিৎ পরে খেলেছিল না Welcome everyone to the City of Joy. We are all set for the repeat leg of the Imphal Derby. And this is a clash between Trau FC and Naroka FC. Once again, a clash that we witnessed 3 days ago, so not long before. Trau, of course, currently ailing at the rock bottom of the points table. Naroka FC just a goal adrift of them. That's the only difference. They have conceded the same number of goals. They have accumulated the same number of points, but when it comes to scoring goals, Naroka has 23, Trau has 22, and that's the dressing room for Trau FC, the Red Pythons, which is going to be a home game for them as we are in Kalyani today. They are not playing from their usual home venues, and that's the team bus. Of course, this is going to be a very critical fixture for them. They will be hoping to amend their earlier defeat. Nandas Kumar Singh led the way for them. He had an important insight to share ahead of the game. And as the players make their way into the center in the Kalyani Municipality Stadium.
Last match, we are very unlucky. We could not convert our chances. So this time, we will not repeat it again. My boys will not do any mistakes again and again, silly mistakes, silly faults. So they have to be very cautious. We have to win today's match, and I hope my boys will give their best performance today. It is our home derby now. We have to win back again for the 3 points, and I hope so. We'll get 3 points positively.
With a lot of hope in his voice there, Nandakumar Singh, he'll be hoping to win this Imphal Derby. Naroka FC, though, recently fresh from the victory against Trau in the last game. They are being managed by Gyan Moyon, and ever since him coming into the frame, the team has kind of researched, revamped, and reformed themselves. Irrespective of the results, they have fought hard till the very end. And Gyan Moyon also had something important to share. We'll quickly listen to what he had to say ahead of this game.
Yeah, it's always good when we win match. So last Manipur Derby, we played at our home and we had the home advantage, ground advantage and weather advantage, and we won the match 1-0. But it was a good game. Both teams played well, but the result was in our favor, and we got 3 points. And coming to this match today, as I told before, that derby match is always different, atmosphere is different, pressure is different, and we are not taking this match again lightly because we have won that match, the previous match. But we have corrected some mistake which we have done in the previous match, and we have planned accordingly. And again, I hope my boys play to the plan, and give their full 100%, and looking forward for a good derby match today. Yeah. Thank you.
Number 12 versus 13 it is, and Gyanmoya said that he's locked 3 points in the last game. He will like to add further to that. And of course, that's the scenes from practice of Trau FC. They will be raring to redeem themselves. They will be raring to lock 3 full points here. And to tell you further about this incredible Sunday evening encounter, we'll get there. Before that, let me quickly introduce you to the playing 11 of Trau. Aryan under the sticks, Pritham, Manjeet, Clinton and Sunil in the back line. Premjeet, Rohit, Robinson, Suranjeet and Danish in the midfield. And Seidu Nuhu is going to spearhead the charge. And now to tell you further about this enthralling encounter, joining me in the commentary box is Bhashwar Ghosh. Very good evening, Bhashwar, and a very warm welcome.
Well, thank you, Rohit, and good evening to all the viewers. The Imphal Derby in back-to-back fixtures for these two teams. How rarely do we see the possibility of that happening in any country, in any stage, in any league? This is one rare time the Manipur fans will enjoy their derby game again. Back-to-back fixtures, but Trau FC will hope they can make a comeback in their home fixture, which of course is far from home right now. The lineup for Neroka here on your screen: Soram Poiré on goal, Rohit Mate, Rakesh Mate, the fullbacks, Ronaldo and David Simbo in the center of the defense, and Nongkamba and David Singh out wide with Tangvar Rakui and Kolibali in the midfield. Ansumana Kroma gets a start as well with one change in that lineup. Darius is on the bench, and in comes Pawingdao Poro. But the match officials for today's game: referee Mithun Kumar Kundu with assistant referees Ujjwal Haldar and Nani Gopal Shah, fourth official Deepu Roy. And there you can see the points table right at top. Mohammedan Sporting leading the race, Sreenidi dropping points just before, but Neroka and Trau right at the bottom. They have seen a struggle this season, 12th and 13th as Rohit mentioned, but the difference between the last fixture a few days ago and this one is that at that point of time Neroka were at 13th and Trau were on 12th. A step ahead, a 3-point difference, and right now it's neck to neck on points, 10 for both, and Neroka have taken a leap to 12. So a little rivalry going still between the two in terms of the derby.
We've said this before and we're going to say this again. This is not a clash where points is going to be of utmost importance. This is a clash of pride. This is a clash of establishing that superiority. Because when two teams hail from the same part of the country, of course the rivalry is very fierce and ferocious, and you can expect some enthralling brand of football from both the sides. Even in the last game, I reckon, yes, it wasn't exactly effusive and fluid between these two teams, but both the teams were knocking on the doors time and time again, coming forth in hope of a goal rather. And eventually it was Ansumana Kroma with a screaming side volley from the assist of Koulibaly that got Neroka FC home. And we can see you never, you never run short of fans when you are near the City of Joy or you're in the City of Joy, no matter what part of the day it is, when the game is played, where the game is played. Where there is football, there are fans, there is love, and most importantly, there is hope for Indian football to scale the skies.
Well, and talking about hope for Indian football, even though these two teams are at the bottom of the table right now, and they have provided plenty in the form of individual talents over the years, Trau and Neroka, and if not just the two teams, but the state of Manipur. And that is one thing they will keep on doing, producing talents, the northeast of India. And this is one of those special northeast derbies, the Manipur derby, the Imphal derby, go into the roots, and it gets bigger. And the Red Pythons against Neroka FC here at the Kalyani Stadium.
These two teams talking about the lineups. Once again, the first name that will, of course, be headlining these two teams or this fixture is that of Ansumana Kroma. The Liberian striker has been around the Indian footballing circuit for a while. And once again, we said this in the last game as well. Talk about scoring in derbies. And Kroma has got some serious experience. He's donned the threads of both East Bengal and Mohun Bagan, two top teams kick-starting proceedings. And getting back to Trau, in that last game, the likes of Danish Aribam did show some promise, and Pritam Kumar Singh as well. But then one name that will have to step up today is that of Nuhu Sedu. Because if Nuhu Sedu can live up to the expectations that is being pinned upon his shoulders, I reckon this is going to be a mouth-watering clash. Attacking on your frame from the right to the left in their signature red. The reason they are called the Red Pythons are Trau FC, and attacking on your frame from the left to the right, dressed in their signature whites, is Naroka FC.
A little wait before we get on with back-to-back Imphal derbies. And we'll soon find out if Naroka can continue their form into this one. They have beaten Trau in the previous meeting to get their third win of the season. Both teams have 3 wins in total this season. The difference being 1 goal scored more and 1 goal scored less. But all to play for here. It is the Imphal derby, and we are underway with the game. Trau all in red from right to left of the screen, and straight away into an attack here. And a cross comes in and out, and this will be a more comfortable surface for these players to showcase their passing brand of football, which they bring on with them.
Well, as we still get into the groove in this fixture, just to give you all a quick reminder, the last game that was played was between Sreenidi Deccan and Churchill brothers. Sreenidi Deccan ascertained an early lead and then doubled it up as well, only to let it go in the dying embers of the game. It was a 2-all draw, and with Sreenidi Deccan dropping points, Mohammedan Sporting, they know that they now have a more clear-cut chance of completely burying the competition, possibly in the next 2 games. This is a lovely opportunity for Trau as they tiptoe their way from the right. Sets it up nicely, looking for a cross into the box, and it came in. There comes an acrobatic volley. We were talking about the likes of the big man hailing all the way from Ghana, Nuhu Sedu, and he almost lived up. Here comes Trau, in fact, Naroka, apologies. Sincere apologies, that was Naroka, that was Ansumana Kroma actually on the break.
Looks a bit frustrated straight away. Too early in the game to be frustrated, just the 2nd minute. But of course, he knows football in Kolkata, the grounds in Kolkata, inside out. The bit of the cross is known by him. But Trau have come out with intent, as we were hearing out from Nandakumar Singh, that they will look to not do mistakes like they did in the previous game and in the other matches as well. But at the same time, Ken Moyon said something similar, that they would not do the mistakes, even though they won the match against Trau. They would not repeat some of the mistakes which they did, even though they got 1 goal. It was a very closely fought game, but some special talents to watch on the pitch, of course, for both the sides. We'll watch and talk whenever they perform. Of course, no hyping before that, but it is a team game, we have to remember. One of those head coaches who is trusted by the fans.
A few moments ago, Bhashwar, you said early signs of frustration there from Ansumana Kroma. We'll get back to that. That's a lovely cross there, and a critical intervention, almost finding the back of the net. Danger still not over, it keeps on lingering on. And somehow Naroka manages to clear the danger lines and will get a free kick for themselves. Adding to what you said now, that early signs of frustration from the viewpoint of the spectators, from the viewpoint of us, I would say these are promising signs. Both the teams coming out with intent, both the teams coming out with hunger to score early. Decent box-to-box action to kickstart another crackling derby here at the Kalyani Municipality Stadium.
Well, of course, no shortage of quality is what I would say. And straight away, some sparks being shown by both the teams. Lovely touch there. That will be headed out by Rakesh Matei for a throw-in in favor of Trau, who have started the game in somewhat upper hand, I would say. The tempo is right on top of this game. Throw-in from Preetham. Not quite well controlled. Koli Bali, he's been very tricky in the middle of the park. His combination with Tangwa has been excellent. Here he is once again, Koli Bali. Look at the vision to find David on the right. A lovely bit of skill to try and control it. And that battle has been growing since the last meeting. Preetham and David. Once David gets the better, and then Preetham recovers.
It's a nice throw into the box. Oh my word, alarming signs here. And somehow, Naroka has managed to keep the ball in play. Danger growing, danger brewing. And somehow Tangwa Ragui, who's so good at getting those volleys close by, he shot it for the stars. That was a sensational way to keep the ball there. Nongamba Singh showcasing his class. You were talking about those mini rivalries. Believe me, Bhashwar, these mini rivalries are what, or possibly what I would say, is what blazes an impeccable trail for the match to turn into a glass-shattering crescendo. You've got to keep your eyes on these Indian talents. And as you know, the hills of India have supplied Indian football relentlessly, and they continue to do so.
Well, and many of them, I believe, are in the age category of under 23 as well. And with the under 23 national team, that's a risky but good clearance from Aryan. And with the under 23 national team having a few matches, we can very well have a chat about if only the players playing in the Indian Super League are the only deserving ones. Of course, a debatable topic, but then when you're having a look at all the teams, watching the tournaments across as a head coach of the national team, you maybe you can find special talents all across. Who knows? One clicks and you get one for the future.
I'll cut you short for possibly 5 seconds there, Bhashwar. Just one thing to say. Of course, a very important topic to talk about, but possibly we'll slide clear of that one, for we do not want to stir any controversy altogether. But yes, getting back to the match, getting back to the kind of talent that has been nurtured by all the teams hailing from the hills. You see, one particular impressive part about these players, one key component of the teams hailing from the highlands, is that they have an incredible work rate coming with them, right? Because use the way they... Oh, that's a lovely ball. Ansumana Kroma, can he get that lead for his team? Has been denied in the dying embers. What a critical intervention once again. Now that is Clinton Kuman throwing himself in the trajectory. What a chance there. And an equally stellar block. In fact, it was not Clinton, it was Sunil B who proved to be critical in this occasion.
Well, matter of angles, I would say. This angle makes it look like a lovely block from Sunil. But Kroma missed his chance, and both of them have come off worse of that challenge. Equally bad, I would say. And the physios called upon. We'll find out if they can both continue. Hopefully they can. Kroma struggling, so is Sunil. And an early blow for them. Sunil up on his... well, up already, I would say. Not yet fully, but Kian Moyon has plans, which has worked. A 2-0 against Muhammadan is is not really the worst of results the way Mohammedan are going on top of the table. Nanda Kumar Singh has headaches. Both these teams have 1 win in the last 5 matches and 4 losses. Their graph has been similar. And Neroka will be the happiest side because they have got a win after 10 back-to-back losses. And after 17 long matches in the I-League, they have got a clean sheet as well. Here's the chance again. Kroma is taking his time. Well, somewhere?
Yeah, most likely in the follow-through, he must have collided out there because that tackle was very clean, and I have not seen a cleaner tackle inside the box. That was absolutely sensational. And yes, you were talking about Gyan Moyo a few moments back. In the last match as well, they came very close to getting that first goal. They rattled the woodwork once. And then against Mohammedan Sporting, I would rather say that they have put up actually a very impressive display. Goals may not have come, yes, I understand that at the end of the day, it is goals that decide the fate of the game. But you also have to take heart from the fact when you're fielding a team of youngsters, when you're fielding a team of all these growing, rising sensations, I think you have to give them that, you have to cut them some slack, you have to give them the due credits. And I think Gyan Moyon has actually done a brilliant job so far. David Simbo, I think he was also critical in the last match. He was instrumental in the heart of defense of Neroka FC. This time, the free kick going in favor of Neroka.
Free kick very deep in their own half. Here's Rohit Singh. Got a start today. And so did Premjit. Another free kick won by Premjit Singh. It will be Pritham to take it. Quality with his left foot decides to go shorter this time. And now Sunil has options, but full ball forward towards Vincent. Playing a second striker, Isaka Nuhu. And the whistle comes late with a free kick for Neroka as well. Possession exchanging feet quickly there.
That clearly looked like it was handball. It bobbled off pretty much, and the hands were also wide stretched from the body. So yes, it goes without a saying. That's a very right decision. David Simbo. One particular name though I don't see today in the starting 11 of Neroka FC. I'm sure Gyan Moyon has some plans going up his sleeve there. That's a free kick for sure. He was clipped from the back, and I think now it goes without a saying, Ansumana Kroma, he is going to be the crux of all those defensive maneuvers. Look at how he was swept off his feet literally there. So now this goes without, again, like when you're playing, when you have such skill, the moves up there up your sleeve, in Indian football, we have seen this frequently, that tackles become one of the most obvious solutions to all your problems.
Well, but he'll be lucky he avoided a card there. It was a sliding challenge late into Kroma. Maybe at this stage of the game, the referee just not wanting things to get out of hands. Mithun Kumar Kundu. And Neroka aren't too unhappy with that too. But it'll be David Simbo, or maybe Kolipali. He's lining up one, a powerful one, a grounder. But straight to the hands of Fabian, who positioned himself well under goal.
When the game started, you had an important discussion about the combination between Tangwa Ragui and Koulibaly. You see, I am really impressed by how Koulibaly has played so far. First and foremost is, one good thing about him is if you give him the freedom in the midfield, he just doesn't slot himself out there in the defensive half. He starts going up, and that is how he created that goal for Kroma in that last game. He has this very menacing run, this very venomous run, and the way he just kind of forces himself. He's a very towering player. If you take a look at his physical stature, that's pretty eclipsing, to be honest, and he makes very good use of that. And alongside that, if you ask him to slot alongside Tangwa Ragui, I would say he's also a brilliant partner, and that midfield combination, possibly not this year, but if Naroka is able to keep this combination for the next couple of years, we may be seeing two gems being born in the heart of the midfield.
And of course, and a pretty similar role for Tangwa too. He goes down in defense, helps the defensive mid, goes up to attack, and David Singh doing so well. And so does Chroma. Good measure that pass towards Poro, who's got a start today ahead of Darius. I'm sure Trau fans know that name very well, Waringdao Poro. He was with Trau the previous season and scored a few crucial goals. Here he is, Waringdao Poro on the ball.